You nailed the delivery on that one. That was really good.
I try. It's one of my skills. Danny, my co-host of Mob Rules, Danny, you get to be skillful at games. I get to do wordplay.
Yeah, nice work,
wordplay.
Man. That was excellent.
Yeah, it was excellent. And then again, we thank you for the copies of Space Marines: Rise of the Orcs that was sent to us here.
I know,
which is super cool. Danny's going to take it home and make all of the Terminator's Iron Hands. I would assume,
probably. Yeah,
most likely, as he is wont to do. Mm-hmm. But it's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 entire weeks, John.
2 entire weeks, and holy cow, it's felt like a lifetime, but that's just 2020 in a nutshell.
A literal eternity.
I'm guessing by this point. But what have you been up to in the 2 weeks since we last talked? I heard you played some 40K.
Dude, I have played some 40K, yes.
I thought you were going for like a so much there, but it's like, nope.
Changed my mind halfway through and just went with it.
Yeah.
Felt good. So yeah, I played some 40K. I played 2 in-person games. I was pretty happy about that. Oh no, 3. I'm sorry, 3.
You did
3 in-person games. I played against Custodes. I played against
Blood Angels.
Yes, Blood Angels, and then finally I played against some Space Marines.
You did
Salamanders to be precise. So I played Necrons in 2 of those games. No, in all 3 of those games. I'm sorry. Yes.
Because this is the year of the Xenos for Danny.
I'm going to play Xenos this year, I think. I'm jamming on the Necrons. They seem like fun. I think I'm also going to bust my Eldar out a little bit. I haven't played them in a really long time, and they are my favorite army, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something nostalgic about a model range that's as old as you are.
Yeah, right. Definitely got some of those Phoenix Lords.
There we go. I have rim shot on call here because I feel it's going to be like one of those days today.
Sweet. Rim shot on call, just like your mom.
I'm going to hit 2 buttons at the same time. But yeah, tell us about your games.
Fucking DJ over here. All right.
Yeah.
So.
Where's my record scratch?
Do you have a record scratch?
No, I really need to get one on here.
You need to get one for sure. For hobby stuff, I have built and primed the entire set, another Indominus set. So I'm going to start working on that. I'm pretty pumped. Yeah, but I haven't been doing as much hobby. I kind of played some video games the last couple weeks.
I was going to say, you're on that Skyrim kick again. Todd Howard's amazing creation.
Just without any flaws or exploits.
0 flaw, 0 exploit. No. Now available on your LG home refrigerator.
That's right.
As is tradition.
So, but I've been having fun with that. And then I also played Ghost of Tsushima, which was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So that's been my 2 weeks. John, what have you been up to?
A lot, actually. I was like sitting there thinking about it today. I was like, I really haven't been up to much, but in my quest to kind of get my 2,000 point list battle ready.
Yeah.
I am down to just 2 drills.
That's amazing.
That I have to finish. So I'm pretty excited. In the last week, I painted and finished basing 2 of the Chaos Champs with Power Fists and Plasma Guns. I painted up converted and painted up a Chaos Champ with just a Power Fist and a Bolt Gun. Mm-hmm. Used the Judicar head on that one, which I think turned out really nice. It was like a super good little dude.
He looks cool.
And then I did a Putrefire, and I did a Tallyman, and a couple other guys as well, just kind of get the foot troops out of the way.
Awesome.
And then I was like, man, I just have drills to do now. Let's just do my vehicles, get them out of the way, get them done. So I bought and painted the Gellerpox infected box set instead. My drills still sitting at the very same progress point, where I think like with 5 minutes, it's not going to look the best, but one drill is going to be battle ready.
It's really close.
It's really close. And I'm just like, I look at it, I'm like, I don't want to. So yeah, instead I painted like 20 different Gellerpox miniatures.
Nice.
Instead. But I have plans with them, and I'm very excited about them. And generally, like, we were joking, like, we're going to start like a little segment called John's Jank of the Week, because like that's generally where my list goes. Gellerpox is the new Jank.
John's Jank for this week.
Yeah. For this next couple of months is going to be, I'm going to try and make Gellerpox work in a Death Guard list, which I think it will. We'll see. It's like looking at it through 8th edition eyes makes me very nervous. Like, very incredibly nervous about running it. But like through 9th edition, yeah, it'll be fine. Probably pretty good. We'll see what it is. And all the miniatures are super rad in that box anyway.
They're really cool. Yeah.
Did I play a game this 2 weeks? I think I did. Did we talk about my game with Nate last time?
I don't think so. No, that was
so. Yeah, no. Yeah, so I played against our friend Nate and his Iron Hands.
Okay.
And he was trying to kind of get a hang of ninth edition. I took kind of the Death Guard list I've been working on, so it's kind of like a lot of grenades, a lot of flails, a lot of things that just love to death to the False Emperor. And it went really well. So I ended up like with a unpainted army. Well, not unpainted, but like not battle ready army. I think I ended up like 76 points, 77 points.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
And they got like 28 or 30.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like, again, like ninth is just such a change and like a different way of playing that it takes a bit to get used to.
It's hard to wrap your head around initially, I think.
And I'm getting better at picking the secondaries. I'm getting better at countering the secondaries, more importantly.
Yeah.
So like when I think one of the issues was Nate picked psychic, the psychic one where you like, you know, if you're within 6 inches of the center of the table.
Oh yeah, psychic ritual.
Psychic ritual, right? And so he puts his librarian there. But the problem is like all my stuff is spread out so much that his army has to spread out. And now he has like one librarian in the center of the table where like I just flew my demon prince up and, you know, just
see ya.
One CP means on the charge he had 8 attacks with like a damage 3 Hellforce sword or damage 2 Hellforce sword. But like it just wiped him out completely.
Yeah, that'll wreck him.
We played on the one day before it was re-FAQ'd where Thunderfire cannons were the worst.
Where they didn't block for the character.
Right, so they didn't block for the character. So like I'm just sitting there and like with my 2 Plague Burst crawlers, I'm like, I'm doing 2 Plague Burst mortars at your Tech Marine. Or you can't because of the gun. I'm like, actually I can because they broke the game today. They didn't do anything. Like I eventually charged him with a Demon Prince and the Demon Prince just kind of splat.
Nice. And that Demon Prince picked up characters that game.
He did because one of my secondaries was killing characters.
Oh, nice.
So my Demon Prince essentially just flew around and picked off characters. The only one he didn't get was Pharos, who was honestly a little bit misplaced in the list.
Yeah.
Because the list was like Impulsor Rush.
Oh, sure. Okay. I see what you're saying.
So it was like Impulsor Rush because it had Outrider bikes, Impulsors, like real fast moving, and then like a squad of 10 Intercessors with a Thunderhammer and Pharos. Which, you know, is like kind of, it didn't make a huge amount of sense to me. But I just charged that squad with 2 drills and just, just drilled away. I didn't deep strike the drill. Yeah. I didn't deep strike the drills. This is like, I think the 3rd game I've just deployed them on the table.
Yeah, I think they're good if you just throw them on the table.
And they're good because then they had disgustingly resilient.
Yep.
They had all kinds of stuff. And so they didn't die, or one died. Which again, I used the Death Guard stratagem, so he auto blew up and almost took out Pharos.
Nice. Wow.
So, you know, it's just like, I feel like it was a combination of things that caused me to win. It was kind of playing a lot of ninth. It was getting way more comfortable with my books.
Nice.
And it was not really deviating much from the formula in between games. So kind of like picking up those reps, which has been like super helpful. And like I said, it's really, really nice. And just a couple of really cool combos. Like every turn I used the stratagem from War of the Spider to add 3 attacks to the Demon Prince's sword.
Right.
Which is just great. It's a really powerful little 1 CP stratagem.
And it's only if you're fighting infantry, right?
Right. Only if you're fighting infantry. But if you take the secondary, where you're hunting characters,
yes, I think that's really good for him.
Then it's amazing because like it's a little overkill with 1 or 2, but it guarantees that character is dead for 1 CP.
For sure.
I didn't have any luck with Death of the False Emperor on my flails, really. I only picked up maybe 2 or 3 extra attacks a turn.
Yeah.
But it was still super good. Like still anything that I touched in close combat died.
That's awesome.
And it was a lot of fun. It was the first time I took out the Biologist Putrefier. That guy is just amazing.
Yeah.
And just kind of making blight grenades
they're so gross, man.
So great. And I think like I took aim at the 10-man Intercessor squad with my like 7-man like Plague Marine squad.
Yep.
And I'm like, hey, I'm going to do this stratagem so they can all throw a grenade. And I'm going to do this. And so that's 7 times 10, 70 attacks. And if any of these are 6s, they're mortal wounds. And it's such a good feeling for 2 CP.
Yeah, it's a lot of shots. I don't think it's 70 shots for 7 dudes.
Oh no. Sorry, 7. Dice. Yeah, no.
So I think
35. 35 or 42 or
42.
Something in there. Just the math hammered. Yeah, that's me. I was like carrying the 10 the wrong way. I didn't roll 70 dice. I rolled the correct amount, but it was a good game. And it was, again, a good learning experience. And the way I had deployed was in 2 different blocks. So I had like everything in the drills and a rhino on this side. I didn't give the Rhino disgustingly resilient because I set the drills up in an L, and what that did was that blocked the Rhino from sight, so you couldn't see the Rhino.
So he's hiding behind
the
They
drills.
were body blockers.
Oh heck yeah! And then on the other side, I had the 3 Blight Haulers, my Demon Prince, and 2 Plague Burst Crawlers. And like 2 separate blocks, like kind of moving separately. I think in future they're just going to go together.
Yeah.
Because Arch Contaminator in close combat is just way better than kind of hanging out over here with like buffing 2 Plague Burst Crawlers. No, like, 2 Plague Burst Crawlers.
And it's fine if the Plague Burst Crawlers get tagged. At least you can still shoot the Flamers in combat.
Dude, that's all I did. I kept moving them in such a way that they just kept tagging out rider bikes.
Nice. That's pretty
good. And that's all they did was irritate. But we'll see. It was super good. What about your games, Danny?
Let's see. So first game I played against our friend Taylor and his Custodes. I've been playing Nihilak Necrons. So
as per the pain scheme.
Right. Yeah.
Good man.
And it's not always the best one, but it's fine in this new edition because Sawtech really lost a lot. So I've been playing them quite a bit against Taylor. Man, Custodes are so good in this edition. Like
I lost hard to Custodes in this edition.
Oh my god, they just beat your face in. But I played the mission really well. I used the Veil of Darkness on the first turn to put 20 warriors on the center objective.
Okay.
And I just was like, okay, cool. I'm just going to sit here until you come and take it from me. And I'm just going to...
Because you have to like consolidate a lot of effort to get rid of 20 warriors on an objective.
It ends up being that you fail to kill them all in close combat in one round.
Which is great when you're like the world's greatest warrior or the galaxy's greatest warrior.
Well, the problem is when you have that many guys, like they cover a large amount of space. Mm-hmm. And so if your units are spaced out, like you might get some guys removed. So you kill enough so you're not within 3 inches anymore.
Yeah.
So I was actually able to take, so he swung with a big unit of Alaris Terminators into them and killed like 12 or 13, and I managed to take out all the ones that would let Trajan Valoris fight. And
making him worthless.
Well, yeah. So he just consolidated and piled in, and that was it. Or piled in and consolidated, and didn't get to fight. He could have popped his thing to fight again, but he didn't. Because I figured he would rather use it for something else, which is also fine. But he, sorry. Then I was able to get back 19. I got down to 1 warrior left, and maybe it was 2. But I brought back like the entire squad bar 1, and it was like, okay, now I'm on the objective again. I have this because you actually right now with reanimation protocols bring back warriors before you do scoring,
right?
So,
which will be changed, I would imagine.
Well,
hopefully, because
I think it won't. So if the rumor is true and they come back before the morale step, their turn is already done.
Yeah.
So,
I guess so.
And so you'll be able to bring them back and score too. Anyway, so I was able to hold the objective, and that kind of won me the game. Even though Taylor wiped me out, I actually didn't kill a single one of Taylor's units.
Really? The whole game?
Through the whole game. I killed like maybe 5 or 6 models, but I guess I killed 1 biker captain. But still, like, it was a character, and he was fighting me, and so he had to die.
That's fair. For your honor, if anything.
It's true. So let's see. Then I played our other friend, John. John Miller plays Blood Angels. We were doing kind of a practice game, so it was kind of like I was talking through and explaining what my decisions were, and kind of going through the game that way, which is great. It was good because he wanted some more practice because he felt like he played some games of Ninth and got raffle stomped.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, Danny, come help me with this. Please help me.
It's like the Jeb Bush, please clap. Please help.
And he did good, man. Like he made some good plays. We talked through some stuff at the start of the game, which I think helped him to win because he wanted to jump some guys into combat on the first turn. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, is it really worth it? Like, maybe not. Like, and so he's like, all right, I want like Angel's Descent or whatever. That's the thing where you deep strike a jump.
Oh yeah.
Into combat on the first turn. And then those guys ended up being pivotal for him to hold objectives and stuff like that later on in the game. So it was a unit of 5 Sanguinary Guard, so that was really good.
Yeah.
But he did great. He chose good targets. I couldn't screen out his stuff on turn 3, even just because I had to keep pushing for objectives. And so he was able to come down into my deployment zone and really hurt me. But luckily, my return punch was able to get rid of most of the stuff on my side of the board. But because his stuff is fast and he was on objectives early, I wasn't able to push him off with Necrons, unfortunately, because I just don't have all of the great assault units to be able to push those guys.
You don't
off.
have flayed ones. That's obviously the greatest.
That's the
fastest
problem.
assault
That
unit.
must be it. You've solved the case, John. You're a fucking
Top
genius.
tier Necron player.
Jesus
here.
Christ.
Okay, that deserved a rim shot there.
So John won that game, and I suffered my first 9th edition loss.
I think what's great though is John Miller, perennial Danny opponent, perennial Danny runner up.
True.
When I messaged him to congratulate him about finally like beating you, he was like, "It doesn't count. It was a practice game."
Oh, he's such a nice guy.
Well,
I
in real
deserve
life.
like a million. Yeah, well, online, he knows what he is. Anyway, yeah, it was a great game. He's a good guy. He's getting better all the time at everything.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So
And then you played Nate.
then I played Nate.
Yeah.
He was trying salamanders this time, and let me tell you, eliminators are really good.
Yeah.
They are. Eliminators are not very good at killing quantumly shielded vehicles when you roll hot damage dice like 5s and 6s.
What was
every time.
funny was like he was telling me that he was like rolling 2 dice to fish for lower damage to
Yeah.
get through the quantum shielding, and he kept rolling 5s and 6s.
Yeah, he was rolling he would roll 2 dice and get like a 5 and a 6, and then he would get like a 6 and a 1. And then he'd go, okay, well, I'm not taking 1. Well, I mean, like eventually he's like, yeah, okay, I'm going to take the 1 damage. But
Right.
like, I'm like, all right, well, if you roll a 6, and I have quantum deflection up the stratagem that gives me a -1, I cannot fail this roll. Like, it just bounces off my shield. So don't roll 6s.
He just rolled 6s.
Yeah, so he started taking 3s and stuff like that, and I failed a couple of those. So
Yeah, I felt his pain with quantum shielding. It's
annoying.
It's annoying. It's very characterful of the army. Would
It
be
is.
the meanest thing I can say about it there.
But I won that game pretty good. I was able to try out some new stuff. Nate let me play with the new Tomb Spider rules, Canoptic Spider now.
Yeah.
Man, they're so cool.
No tombs. Tombs are fantasy. Tomb King's dead.
Yeah, you're right.
Canoptics.
And then I also got to use the kind of spoiled rumored Nihilak
yeah.
Legion rules, or Dynasty rules. Man, those are so good. I was playing with 2 Night Scythes, those are things you would never have thought of to play against an 8th, right? And I dropped 15 warriors on objective, and I'm like, all right, these count as 30 models. So good luck.
Like objective grabbing is just like key. Like in all of the
So
games
huge.
you're talking about there, it's just rush forward, grab objectives, win.
Yep. So, and the army was fast and good. It did great.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Well, that's what we've been up to for our 9th edition games. We'll be more on the way, including next couple of weeks, my Gallerpox making their debut.
Hell yeah.
In the jank meter to kind of get it out there. But we're going to be right back after this.